Welcome back, guys. If you guys are new, welcome. So on my channel, I'm going to give you vlogs, cooking recipes, daily life videos, and updates on Christian. So in this video, I am giving you guys that I'm going to be coming to you guys with. So hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. The first recipe I'm going to be giving you guys is a very simple and easy recipe that cooks itself. I am going to be teaching you guys how to make chicken Alfredo in the crock pot. So the first thing you're going to want is 2 cups of milk. I'm going to add the pasta. We are doing penne because honestly, cooking spaghetti in the crock pot, in my experience, does not come out well. So we have chosen to go penne to kind of keep this recipe, make it our own little recipe. So you're going to go ahead and cook that on low for an hour to an hour and a half. Similar to pasta, you're going to want to mix it in and then check back about every 10 to 15 minutes and stir it again. That way nothing gets stuck to the bottom of the crock pot and your noodles cook properly. While your noodles are cooking, you do want to keep your chicken out and let it defrost. Okay, so now that it's been about an hour and a half, what we're going to do is we are going to add a tablespoon of butter to our macaroni in here and let that cook for about another half hour. When you put the butter in the crock pot, you want to make sure it's centered in the middle. That way the butter will distribute evenly as it melts. While your butter is melting and mixing with pasta, you want to come over and wrap your chicken into a paper napkin, paper towel, just so that the towel can absorb all of the extra juices. Because you want a very dry chicken when you go to put it into your pasta. Once your butter is melted, you're going to go ahead and mix it up. Then you're going to throw your chicken breast on top. I have salted them and peppered them with black pepper and sea salt. We are now going to cook this on high for an hour. Alright, so it's been an hour. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mix up our pasta once again. It is going to be harder this time just because we have the chicken on top. Alright, so now we're just going to go ahead and throw in 2 jars of Alfredo sauce. I am using the Great Value Alfredo sauce from Walmart. And we're gonna let this cook on high for a good 2 to 2.5 hours. And then it'll be all set and ready to eat. Hello you guys, and welcome back. I'm sorry if my voice is going in and out. I'm dealing with really bad allergies right now. But I'm here. No. Hello you guys, and welcome back. So today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make American chopped suey in the crock pot. The first thing you want to do is add 16 ounces of beef stock. I'm doing this by eye, but you guys may choose to do this by a measuring cup. You are then going to add your ground beef. No, the ground beef has not been cooked or anything. Then we're going to stick our crock pot on low. And we're going to let that cook for about 8 hours. Okay guys, our ground beef has been cooking in the crock pot for about 8 hours now. Let's go ahead and take a look. So it's completely browned up, which is exactly what we want. So the next thing you want to do is you're going to want to drain your ground beef. You're going to go ahead and put it back in your crock pot. You are now going to add your pasta. In my house, we do not like elbows. We just don't like the texture. So we are using rotini. You're going to want to add in 2 jars, and these jars are 24 ounces each, of tomato and basil sauce. Now, we use Barilla in our house. It's just what we love for pasta. We love Barilla pasta, and we love Barilla sauces. So, we're going to put 2 of those in. And then we're going to let this cook on. Now we're going to stir it up. You pretty much want to make sure that your elbows, your pasta of choice, ours is rotini, is absorbing the sauce so that the pasta does not stick to the bottom of the crock pot. So that's what we're doing by stirring it up. You can go ahead and mix the beef in with it. The beef does not need to sit at the bottom of the pot. And now we're just gonna let this cook on high for an hour. Okay, so after an hour, you're gonna wanna put in 4 ounces of cheddar cheese, mild cheddar cheese, and stir it up. The cheddar cheese is whatever choice you choose. And you're going to want to put your temperature on low. Now comes the fun part. We're gonna go ahead and mix in our seasonings. We're gonna mix in some salt, stir it up, Mix in some black pepper. Stir that up. Mix in some whole oregano. Once again, we're going to stir it up. Mix in some onion powder. And then you want to mix in some garlic. Once we have all of our ingredients mixed in, we're going to cover it and put it on high for another hour. Alright, you guys, so the next recipe that we have going is going to be our Cabasa and Peppers. For this recipe, you're going to dice up one whole potato and then drizzle some olive oil in. We're going to cook that on high for 2 hours. Okay guys, so it has been 2 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the next step. By the way, I can't get over how good this kielbasa smells. It's so delicious. So as you can see, I've cut them into smaller pieces. Probably about the size of half my thumbs, about half an inch. And as you can see, I've thrown the bag of red, green, yellow peppers with onion on top. We're just gonna go ahead and mix it up, and we are not. Alright, you guys, I am back with another recipe. In this recipe, I'm showing you guys how to make meatloaf. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to cook 24 ounces of tomato paste on low heat. While that is warming up, you want to add in a half a cup of minced onion. So you want to go ahead and mix that all in. Make sure you scrape it off the sides because tomato paste is very sticky and will tend to stick to the sides if you do not peel it off. Now once you've done that, you want to go ahead and add in a quarter of a cup to a third of a cup of olive oil. Then you want to go ahead and mix that in again. What you're essentially doing is you're creating your sauce. You will know that it's properly mixed in when you do not see any olive oil on the bottom of your frying pan. Now what you're going to do is you're going to cover that and let it cook for a half hour. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add in just a quarter of a cup of beef broth directly to your ground beef. After you do that, you just want to go ahead and break up your ground beef. So then after that, you just want to go ahead and mix in your sauce. And now you want that to sit there for 30 to 45 minutes just for the sauce and the seasonings to marinate the beef. So while your ground beef is marinating in your sauce and your seasonings, you're going to want to come over to your cast iron skillet or whatever pan you decide to use. I use a cast iron skillet because I like the texture and the flavor that comes out with it. And you're going to want to layer the bottom with regular bacon. Alright, so the next thing I do is you're gonna cut up cheese sticks. I chop in half the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cheese sticks that are mozzarella. You want to make sure it's mozzarella cheese. And you're gonna layer that on top of the bacon. Then once your beef has been sitting there for a good half hour, 45 minutes, you're gonna go ahead and put that on top of your cheese sticks. So then what you want to do is you just want to layer the bacon on top of your meatloaf, enclosing everything in. The last thing you want to do is cook it at 350 degrees for an hour.